It's big painting party here at Winona Street. After years of neglect, the old place is finally getting a complete facelift.
Have you ready, Dick? Come on, Dick, get that ladder over. Where'd you get it?
They're working off of a 60-foot ladder here in an attempt to reach all the way to the top there, where they have to patch some of that stucco up there, which they've done already, and now they're in the process of priming and painting. They're going all the way up. There's the big boss. Look at him work.
That's it. I'm the big boss. I sit.
What do you do, Jordan? What do you do?
I sit.
Yeah, and it sons keep on working.
That's it. You got it.
He probably knows better. And you got the final coat already on some of that up there. That looks real nice.
Red is. Like,
yeah,
this is what we primed the other day. You got that?
Yep.
And get tired. By the time you're up there, you get tired.
Last week I was watching a guy climb a 60-foot coconut tree. Now I'm watching a guy climb a 60-foot.
Oh, you were out of the country?
Yeah. My son works out of the country, so we go down and see him.
My son-in-law is an iron worker.
Uh-huh.
And he worked on them two new towers they put up down there.
Is that right?
Yeah. Now he's working on one down in Jersey, a Marriott down there.
I hope you got good insurance.
He or me?
You.
Oh, yeah.
For this guy here.
Got 300,000 with a backup for $1 million.
Uh-huh.
So it takes more than $1 million. That is all.
Okay, well, keep up the good work there, and I'll...
Money out of the bank to pay the, then it never gets back in.
Yep.
You use it for something else when you get it.
Okay.
All right?
Well, I'll see you.
See you later.
The work is progressing well. They're moving right along. Yes, they are. And on the porch, Larry Graybill is cutting out a windowsill.
I'm making a sill for Wayne.
It's a lot of aggravation, isn't it?
It's kind of fun aggravation.
How's the family?
Family's doing fantastic.
That's good. Look at me once.
Matthew's got a one-track mind called football.
Oh. There he is up there. The peak is done, right?
Yep.
Hey, that looks great. You're so far ahead of my carpenter here that going to be the main color. That's going to be the main color on all of the wood surfaces. And the cream is the color on all of the stucco and shingle surfaces. So when we get done, it'll be very nice. The windowsill on that tiny window there in the attic was all rotted out, so Larry is building a new windowsill, and he's going to shore that window up from the inside. It's starting to look good. What a phenomenal amount of work these men have put in. Okay, this is David Homalumbu and his family, and they're moving away from 5103 Pulaski Avenue. How long have you been living here, David?
Yes, we have been living here for 2 years now, and we have decided to move to Southerton after enjoying those very nice years, because we cannot continue affording having our children in private schools. So we decided that we move out of the city so we can put them in the public school.
Oh. Okay, and you're going to Eastern Seminary or college?
Yes, I'll still be going to Eastern College,
Uh-huh.
where I hope to finish my business graduate studies next year, May 1993.
Okay,
And then afterwards, we head back to Africa, Zambia, where we come from.
I see. And who's that behind you there, David?
Uh,
Is that Leah?
this is Leah.
Hi, Leah. And this is Linda.
This is Linda, our firstborn, and my wife, Adine, and our eldest son, Inisha, and the two small boys, Nevin and Nathan.
All right, look at those boys. Look at those boys.
We have really enjoyed our stay in this apartment. We give the credit and thanks to the owner of the property, Mr. Browning, whose father is taking the picture right now.
Well, you've been a great blessing to us too, and we'll really miss you. We'll really be sorry to see you to go.
Thank you for welcoming us to
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
Who knows when we'll see each other again, but we know we'll see each other in heaven, right?
Yes, praise God.
Praise God.
May God be praised. Thanks
All
a
right.
lot.
All righty.
Oh, really? Maybe we could just take my car. No, on this side, we pull out.
Well, here we are at Dan and Marcia's on a holiday weekend, and the hillsides are absolutely gorgeous. It has not been an uneventful weekend. Dan came down with what we thought to be the stomach flu yesterday, and it ended up to be an appendicitis. So guess what? We're all off to the hospital. He had his operation this morning, and he's doing very well.
Have a good hospital that
You're at
when you need it,
752.
when you need it, we can go and use
752.
You were at this hospital for your head one time when you got a bump in your head. You were here at this hospital. So Daddy was here at this hospital. So
And
that's
Andy,
what-
and Andy's been here when they drew did his blood work.
Oh, Andy, you went down one of the rooms down the hall.
I told him last night when he woke up and was very unhappy
Yeah.
and crying because you weren't here, there. And I told him he had to go to the hospital. And I told him, well, we should feel very thankful that we have doctors in hospital where we can have these things taken care of.
I don't think I've ever seen Dan in a hospital bed in my life.
That's the thing.
This is your first time, isn't it?
That's what you told them, you better.
Well, yeah, I've never been operated on, that's for sure.
Wow, that's something.
I don't think you ever even had to have stitches or anything. I don't remember you having to have stitches.
My only
I had
time was
stitches
when I
over my
had
eye
babies.
when I was born.
Weekend was supposed to be Timmy's birthday, right?
I guess I stole some of the show.
Yeah, Daddy stole some of the show, but now we'll have a little fun.
Sorry, Timmy, I stole some of your show.
It says for a special boy, rescuers down under. Remember that movie? Punch Out Figures. Our birthday is a special time for friends. I'll tell you what it means. For friends to laugh and play. The rescuers down under have come to share your day. Another mission starting now, but this one's up to you. Make up your own adventures for this daring little crew. Basically, you push out on the line, and you have these little mice, and you can put them on, you could glue them to popsicle sticks and use them like puppets. You have all the characters from the movie. One corner at a time. Just pull. Be careful of it. It's a box.
Nothing in there.
Oh, that's tight. I made it too tight, though.
There they are. Oh, that big bird, Andy. Right. Is that your hat?
Which one, rock and happy birthday?
Mine's another one.
Well, I think it's just where the paper.
Well, I think we should sing, don't you?
I think maybe we should.
Did we sing happy birthday, Andy? What's this?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Timmy. Happy birthday to you.
Well, that's fine. You can do them again.
Oh, you already have one?
I think you did it all already, didn't you?
Fine. You like
No,
it
I
again.
didn't do all
Oh,
that.
and here's one too. Another thing.
Oh, that's great.
You
Learning to
like those
print.
things. I've never
learning.
seen this one. Look inside your body, it says. Look at there, your ribs. Huh? You got ribs. Right about here. Let me show you. Right where that hole is. That's about where Daddy's appendix was that they took out.
Because it was sore. The appendix was
Our
out.
people are all the same. Shows all the different parts. This will be fun to read and find out if this tells us what parts of the body are there. Andy, what do you say? What do you say, Timmy?
Nice. Nice. And we got some books.
We got a present
They
too.
hold one for you. You look at one of them. Or you look at one of them. I look at this one. Okay. It's about baby Jesus, Andy. This is about baby
Timmy's been
Moses.
spending time talking to Andy about, one time he says, I was telling him about the cross.
Timmy said that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, what would this be?
I don't know. It looks like maybe a shirt. Is it a shirt?
Is it? Is this a shirt?
No.
Nope.
What is
This
it?
was corn.
You know what it is?
No.
I don't know what it is yet.
What do you think?
It's a reusable sticker, and it didn't have any A's. I wanted to
Hold
get
on to that.
any A's.
This is a puzzle, Timmy. You know
You can
what?
stick that on your cup
An
or
alphabet
something.
puzzle.
What does Andy
Look at
have?
what are these? Are those the letters
Each
of the
picture.
alphabet? And it has an animal that says what each letters, and you know what? I
Okay.
bet
National was founded in 1977. We have had an outstanding year, and we have had an outstanding few years since '85 here at the University of Maryland. And you are coming into what I believe, although biased, of course, one of the best Golden Key chapters here at the University of Maryland since its founding. You're coming into a very strong base. You've done a lot of hard work so that you coming in can enjoy all the rewards. If you notice, the newsletter has more information about the society, and there are some future plans in there as well, but we are hoping to diversify even more and get all of you involved. So I encourage you to take that seriously.
Option Ali Abagaki. Mindy S. Barron.
Eva Wu.
Stand to be recognized.
Congratulated for your outstanding achievements. Your selection to Golden Key was based on that which you have accomplished. I hope it does not stop here, but that you will be inspired to enter those new areas which will give rise to a promising future. Membership in the Golden Key National Honor Society is a privilege and an honor which bears with it certain responsibilities. Endeavor to maintain and promote high standards of scholastic achievement. Serve as leaders among your fellow students as seekers of wisdom. The purpose of a college education is to enrich and elevate you as a person. More than the accumulation of facts, it is an integration of all your experiences in a determined learning process. I am confident that Golden Key will inspire this effort in you. Strive to uphold high moral and ethical standards. Let honesty and fairness guide your every decision, and excellence rule your every action. In this way, you and society will prosper. Make a commitment, and communication skills will be refined, and new friendships will be gained through your united efforts in worthy causes. Through you, our chapter can contribute in a very tangible way to the well-being of the University of Maryland at College Park. This is in keeping with the ideals of Golden Key. The key holder is a leader, but the greatest leader is the greatest servant. The rewards to you will endure for a lifetime. As members of Golden Key National Honor Society, you will have chosen to live as seekers of wisdom and understanding with a lifestyle of service. You have demonstrated your ability. Now, fulfill your potential. Thank you. You may be seated.
Let's get this big gob off.
A little bit, yes. When you pick up the sugar, don't get as much on the spoon. That's right.
Let's put a star on top.
Huh? Can you put that shiny yellow stuff on there?
Hey, Jess.
That's very nice. Huh, I saw that.
It tastes good.
Hey,
Hey,
oh, now you can't use that spoon anymore.
Again. It's gonna stick now.
Can you use the spoon?
Here. Let's put more pink on this one. Let's make it real pink.
That's one of the hazards.
That one's done.
Where's the yellow?
Don't rub your shirt. Don't rub your shirt.
I don't have very much patience. Do this one.
I'm gonna make gold stars.
That's why I did all the other ones first ahead of time.
Hey, can I make a gold star?
Sure, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put one of these at every side. Wanna help me? One more side. Don't push it down too hard. Let's move it in a little bit.
Okay.
Here. And what color do you want to put in the middle? Let's put some red.
Uh-oh.
Cookbook.
It will.
It will cook together.
That's nice. Gold
Put one
star.
in the middle. There.
Here it comes.
We have lots more of these if you want to put them on the stars. Yeah, let's put them on the stars.
I have the green.
You have a green thing. You have a green thumb. You know what that means? It means you can grow things.
Green thumb, that means you're good at growing things.
Wow, these are going to be the good ones. They have candy in them. They have lots of candy in them.
I remember Jesse grew some beans. He was very good at that.
Oh, I don't want this. I want this one. Oh, look.
Lots of tail.
Hey! Uncle Scott! Oh, let's do it!
You get it.
Full frontal assault. Put Jesse on the cookies.
It better, works better to tickle, Jeff. Tickle works
Here, Jesse,
better.
look.
Watch.
This one.
Look at that.
Yum.
Look at that.
Tickle up. Becca knows. Becca puts them right there.
She's just there, keeps replacing them.
Tickle up, tickle up. Right here, right here, right here,
Look, Jesse, look at this.
Watch this. See, watch this work. Watch this. He won't dare stick out his arm. Watch.
Okay.
Just stand right here. When he thinks he's going to
Arm goes out, you just put your arm in.
the arm.
Just tickle right
You
there.
watch. He'll pull that arm back real quick.
Can you reach the light?
He has another uncle that does that.
Where's the ceiling?
Wait up there.
Where?
Up there!
Oh, Jessica, reach those armpits. Those
Wow.
I want to get in here. I want to get one. I want to get one.
Oh, dear. Uh-oh, what happened? The object is to not lick it and then put it on. Quick. Just can't eat it.
Hurry up and finish getting them decorated. Then we'll put
Then
them
we'll
in the
put
oven.
them in the oven away from Uncle Scott. Sprinkle a couple trees here. Quick, Jess, protect them. All right, we're gonna have to get our...
He got one!
We got a whole cookie. Uh-oh.
Put it back! Or else! No!
What are we gonna do with it, huh?
These are good. Wow.
No?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll use this. This
Oh,
is
good.
my...
That doesn't hurt
Now
us.
I'm gonna do this. Ah! I get boom hard.
What? What are you
Not
saying?
so heavy.
Okay, come on over here. Let's finish cooking.
What'd I do to you?
He lost his ear.
He does it on
He lost
boom.
his ear.
Oh, there he is.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Here we go. I get you.
I almost tipped over. You gurgling for Grandpa? You gurgling for Grandpa?
I think the teeth are the big factor here. Ah, there come the snow furlies.
All right.
We don't want any more than flurries, though.
Yeah, that's,
Not for this
Only
weekend
flurries.
travels.
Only flurries.
I know. So many people on the road.
We don't want more than that. My glasses off here.
I think she's getting a lot of teeth. That's why she's a little fussy.
shouldn't touch them when they come through, because that's when they get messed up.
Okay, don't touch the train. Jesse, you have this train off?
Yes, I have it off.
Here, Becca, let's come around here. Wanna come around here?
But don't put me down.
I'll hold you. I'll hold you. Stand up, and I'll hold you. It's so big, you're heavy. Woo! The plane's almost gonna hit us in the head.
If you move a little closer, he'll get you. Woo! Get a little closer.
No.
Okay, Jesse, train
You
on.
mean you want it to hit us in the head?
Okay, Jesse, turn the train on. Okay, there it goes. Train on.
Don't touch. I have everything on, so don't touch the plane.
Wait, don't touch it.
But look, it's up.
Just leave the train, don't touch it, we'll go.
Hold you up? No, on this one. Ready? This one. Here. Sit down on this one. I think this one's a little safer. I don't think you're gonna this one's
I have everything on the dog.
Okay.
Grandpa. Stop. Uncle, stop. I'm the conductor, so you don't get turn it on. Want to make me catch the airplane?
No, because you'll probably push it.
Ah, you pushed it. Watch out. Wait, here comes.
How you turn it off? You like it?
But what you should do,
What? Do you have like a whatever you feel like on passport, you know? Watch the thing.
There you go, like
maybe stop.
Morning. Merry Christmas.
Hey, hi Randy, how you doing?
I was doing okay till I saw the video camera.
You will not be the subject.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where did that fun zoom out? Whack! Up, whack! That's it!
Got two at once already.
There's more coming.
Good day, Papa.
Just craziness, huh? Just a little zoom.
It isn't bystander. Watch out, you don't get flunked. Watch out, you don't get flanked. A lot of flanking going on. A whole lot of flanking going on. Not a little monkey monster. Neat backhand you got there, Jesse. Follow through. I was you, I'd stand away from that Jesse when he's got quite a follow.
I hope they don't break that precious pillows.
Everybody get a pillow.
Hey guys, everybody find a seat.
Okay, the ones in there. The ones in there. Becca, come here.
Right there?
Okay.
Fine. There's your seat.
Okay, hold on. Don't start yanking it again.
Jesse?
There. Where's your stuff? Where's your stuff? Okay. Where is it?
Timmy?
Where is it?
Oh wait, just wait.
There it comes.
Don't move. Open it yet.
Come have a seat, everybody. There's stockings for all. Let's see. There's sleeves.
Andy can't wait. He's got to get in there.
I don't know who's.
For a minute there, I thought maybe you found the traditional family stocking.
Those guys, well, yeah, it does make a difference.
They got a few of those.
I think that's
Oh, so she got
that one's got.
Oh, look at this.
Somewhere I have a stocking behind you.
Canteen with cup.
Somewhere. No, it doesn't have the changers, but it has crazy
And look
peppers.
what I got money in this.
Money?
And a sock.
Oh, that's not money.
Oh, look
That's,
That's pesos.
that is.
What else you got? Wow, those are nice, huh? Yeah, put that right there and see what else you got. Pull something else out of it.
And bubble blower.
Wow, what's that?
Elephants. You couldn't cut her out. That's from Aunt Marcia, I think.
Dinosaur stickers.
Oh, they're from
Daddy, look what else I got.
Oh, look at that.
My dear.
Wow, a special toothbrush. You want to
Want to see, open it?
Here you
It's a
go.
mouse.
Randy
just
and
leave them
Dan,
in a
come in
pile.
the circle.
How about Timmy, you
Looks
put
like an
yours,
ornament.
put yours up here?
Those are for the top.
Or keep
A
it right
looking
there.
glass.
Oh, a looking glass.
Let's see what you're getting. Oh, Jess, you're just making
Some
that.
vitamins.
Like who's on the tree?
Oh, that's what it is.
By the way, what that do,
Oh,
Scott?
a little.
You didn't know what it was.
That's my stocking.
Yeah,
Oh.
just stocking.
I guess that's
You did?
oh, there.
What is it, Timmy?
Later.
And I'm waiting.
Name.
Timmy,
Where do you live?
Montgomery Box 484.
How old are you?
4.
4. Why do you have glasses on?
Swimming.
Do you go swimming?
Yes.
Where?
Water.
In the water? At the YMCA? No? Where did you get those beautiful swimming glasses?
In my talking.
Oh, what day is today?
Christmas.
All righty, let's go have breakfast. Bye.
Sorry, Scott. He'll be
It's
real
okay.
nice. You asked him to promise to be extra nice. Sit up there.
He doesn't trust you, Scott.
Coffee?
Then you won't need to worry about Uncle
I don't want
Scott.
coffee.
He's so cool.
How many coffees do we want this morning?
I'm sure Steve will.
I'll have one.
I'll have one.
It does have caffeine?
I think she mixed it a little.
It's mostly decaffeinated and I'll have some. Yeah.
There's Tidmouth.
This is.
Where's that a Junko?
Is this bad?
Junko on it. Yeah, on the
Need
right.
that more?
Yeah, I can sit here and.
Oh boy, we had 1,000 presents here and they just got all unwrapped and everybody's looking.
We all like music. Let's hear someone play the brand new instrument, well, the new instrument bought the other day. What did we buy that you can play music on? Go
It's a
look
treasure
there.
hunt, Tim. You
You'll
know
find
what a treasure
another
hunt
clue.
is? Gotta find another
Go look for
clue.
what I said. What did I read about in the book?
Wow.
Have you ever seen that book?
Dan, hold up your cover. You got a cover there?
What do we, Timmy?
Did you figure this one out?
Yeah. Because last night I had a book.
Who made that?
Dan a jigsaw and some.
My eyes-
Really?
Oh. When Rebecca gets a turn.
Boy, you're catching up with Tammy. That's
Your
neat.
sister turn?
Yes.
I like it.
Swinger, isn't it?
It is, and
Put on the brakes.
Marcia is the maker
You know how to do the
thereof.
brakes. Oh, he does know how to do the brakes. Push forward.
You do the opposite of the way you're going.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Just hold it like that.
Boy, it's cold.
Whoa, horsey. Whoa, horsey.
Unheated.
Yeah, it's cold down here.
Becca, you want to swing?
So you made it in the wood shop
Yeah.
at the school.
Nice wood shop they have too.
That's great.
Now she's gonna have to have her own wood shop again.
Right, yeah.
I am gonna get an old from my granddad's, the old jigsaw down in the basement. So sometime when Dad's up, he's gonna have to help me get it working. So it's a handmade job.
Okay.
Don't allow my
Yeah. Here comes the chainsaw guy. Trim it off a little bit there. Trim it nice. Trim it real nice. There you go.
I brush your teeth.
He's gonna brush his teeth.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take a hint. I'll go brush my teeth in a minute.
In all flowers.
That's in our bathroom. Pull it tight. Don't put it on yet. Wait a minute.
Is the camera still running?
Nope.
What's that for, Marcia?
Oh, to put our recyclables in instead of all over the basement floor.
In your house?
In our house, yeah.
Oh, you said you got it from your brother?
Yeah, my sister's house.
Oh, very good.
Plus, it's gonna be those.
No, I'm gonna take it downstairs.
He's the first recycler, huh? Are you the first recycler, Tim?
I think he just recycled some good toys.
Did you want anything on the table?
Psycho. I am
The brown one's still clean.
psycho. That's why I am
Just was gonna set some things out for breakfast.
Yeah, I'll put it
Tim, that's
Well,
Got a nice, pretty cold day out there.
is it, what's
2 degrees,
22?
sunny for a change.
Yeah.
Not so windy as they said.
It was pretty windy during the night.
During the night, yeah, we heard that.
There's the little titmieces. Very busy. The male has the crown and the...
No, there's finches on to my side.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Annie.
The other ones are finches.
The gray one's there.
Uh-huh.
Is a titmouse, and the striped one's a finch. The finches are very variable.
They...
Um,
Within the same species, you mean?
yeah. The red, the male finches are red, and the females are just brown streaked.
You know what the length of life is on a small bird like that?
They live a few years, 4 or 5, if, you know, if they don't get eaten by somebody.
They use such incredible amount of energy.
Oh, they do.
They eat constantly, don't they?
Yeah, all day.
Do they sleep?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sleep at night.
They're not nocturnal then.
No. No, these will be out all day eating.
Do they tuck their heads under their wings?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And they
It's
pull
their energy.
and they pull their feet under their feathers?
Oh yeah, they drop
There.
down onto their feet. You'll watch sometimes a bird sitting on a rail will drop down on his feet. Keep warm.
Uh-huh.
Snowing? Where is it snowing? Wow, in the grass. Let's eat some grass then. Andy.
No, you guys we're still police.
You're still police? Oh.
We're police blunking Broncos.
Okay.
And we're trapping all these bad guys.
Hey, don't get too upset about it. Whoa.
That's why I'm always catching the blunking Broncos.
Okay.
They're big. Blunking Broncos.
Right.
Hey, Hannah.
All the bad people said he can't walk anymore.
Oh, who threw that?
Hey,
Who threw that?
Timmy.
Timmy, don't. Ever. Whoa, easy. Okay, right. You can subdue the bad guys. Be a little gentle to
Doing
us.
the bad guys up.
Right.
Now stop being sad.
Okay, I'll be on your side now.
Are you gonna be walking Broncos?
Police Bronco, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
me. That's right on you. Police Broncos police.
Bonking Broncos police. Okay, that's what I am on your side now. Yay!
Okay, get off me.
No, let's go find some more bad guys.
To me. Okay? I saw bad to me. Are you? Let's go. Broncos, come this way.
Fly around.
This is only 10 weeks after surgery, right, Dan?
I don't, yeah, something like that.
Dinosaur Rex, get
Okay,
out me.
let's go find them. Let's go find them.
I found them.
We're a team.
Rex.
There's a bad guy. No, it's not. She makes dinner. You better not.
I'm the one that cooks the dinner.
Oh,
I'm not
she's
a
a
bad
good one.
guy.
She makes dinner. Oh, everybody except for you. Let's go to our fort. Let's go to our fort. Whoa.
I think Hannah just realized that she was left alone and all the kids are having fun
You have to go on your own.
somewhere.
You have to go on your own. Hang on. Okay, then. Becca and Hannah, come here. Ready? Let's keep on top. Ready, everybody? Now look over to your grandpa and smile. Look over to your grandpa. Smile. Ah, tumble. Tumble. Hey, that was the idea. That was the idea. Okay, easy.
You guys are bad guys.
We're gonna be good guys now. I got a book. The tiger took one jump and ran as fast as he could. Jumbo saw the tiger running. He called, "Did you see the animal? Did you catch him?" "Oh no," said the tiger. "I didn't catch him." "Did you see his large ears? Did you see his long nose?" asked Jumbo. The tiger answered. He came back and he looked in the bag and says, "Where is my rooster?" The woman said, "I just looked in the bag and the rooster flew out." And then a pig ate him up. I can't believe it. So what do you think would happen next?
He put the pig in the bag.
Yeah, the fox said, "Well, then give me the pig." "Very well," said the woman. So the fox ran after the pig, he caught him, he put him in the bag.
Where's the bag?
The fox walked along until he saw another house.
Good job.
And he said, "I will leave my bag here." So he knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. The woman answered, "Who's there?" "It is I, the fox. May I leave my bag here?" The woman said, "Yes, you may." The fox put the bag on the floor and said, "Do not open the bag." And he went away. Then the fox had gone. The woman said, "Something is moving in this bag. I wonder what it is." "I will see." So he opened the bag. Out jumped the pig. The little boy ran after the pig, but the pig got away. New twist. Pig got away. Soon the fox came back and he looked in the bag and said, "Where is my pig?" The woman said, "I just looked in the bag and the pig jumped out. My little boy ran after it, but the pig got away." And the fox said, "Then give me the little boy." "Very well," said the woman. So the fox put the little boy and put him in the bag. She let the pig go.
And then is he gonna eat them?
I hope not. At the next house, the fox knocked at the door. Knock, knock, knock. A woman opened the door and the fox said, "I'm going to market. May I leave my bag here? I will get it when I come back."
The woman said, "Oh, yes, you may leave it here." So the fox put the bag on the floor. "Don't open the bag," he said, and he went away. Soon the little boy crawled out. "Oh, let me out, let me out!" the boy cried. The woman opened the bag and let the little boy out. Then she put her dog into the bag. I don't know. She put her dog in the bag instead. By and by the fox came back, and he took the bag and went into the woods. He said to himself, "What a fine dinner I shall have now." And he opened the bag and out jumped the dog. And the dog ran after the fox. The fox did not have a fine dinner that time. Dogs chase foxes.
He was tricky, but he didn't get what he wanted.
He was too greedy. He was trying to get more and more and more. He finally didn't get anything.
What should he eat?
I don't know. He's not going to get anything to eat.
Should have eaten the bee while he had him.
Yep. Think about that story, huh?
Silly.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
When we get everybody around this table, it's quite a bunch, isn't it? Rebecca.
Guys, up down there. You gotta get your word in. You gotta get a word in at once.
Oh,
Look how
that's
this family has grown. Look how this family has grown.
yeah, it's a whole league bigger now.
A leaf in a tree.
I had to buy
Now
a new,
another thing in that table.
I had to buy a new tablecloth. Because I didn't have one big enough for the whole table when it's
Didn't have the 12
full
footer.
leaf in it. So,
I know why she was fussing. She wasn't in the picture.
It's right here, so I can be like you. It looked like Blue and I had arrived just in time. Blue, I said quietly, you've got to create a disturbance so I can get Mowgli out of there. Blue took some leaves and a coconut shell and disguised himself as a monkey. Then he sang and danced with King Louie while I found Mowgli. But the disguise didn't fool Louie for long. It's Baloo, get that bear. He figured out that it was a bear.
How did it figure it out?
What do you think? How do they look different? Different hands, claws, different color. Well, in the wild chase that followed, Baloo bumped into a shaky old stone pillar, and the ancient temple walls came crashing down around the monkeys. That gave us a chance to escape. Now Baloo agreed with me that Mowgli must go back to the man village, but Mowgli still couldn't understand.
With just a glance. "They follow one named Jesus, sir." A lad close by replied. "What? Jesus? Coming by right now?" He cried. "How can it be? The one who heals the sick? The Son of God? Why, he couldn't make me see." The noise grew louder. He would be, or how could he be heard in such a crowd? "Oh, Jesus, Lord, have mercy on me, please," he cried out loud.
It's New Year's Eve. We've got Steve and Dad and Kathy and Dan in the capitalistic game of Monopoly. That was the roll here.
I'm glad I'm not
See,
playing
got what?
thieves because
There's
they would
Kathy.
strip me. That would be hopeless.
Passing the dough.
We're gonna have to think of something.
I know, someone's gonna have to break.
Somebody's coming up on.
The banker seems to be doing pretty well there.
He's got a lot of property.
Yeah.
At the end of the table, we had myself and Scott and Mom and Sandra.
We got a lot of notices.
Who's next?
Scrabble
Broke
game.
open yet.
black has been
I
played.
just want to
As
see.
we're waiting for midnight to draw closer, though it's
I'm gonna
still
wait till one more time.
at least an hour and a half away, I believe.
That's like for what?
Well, I'm gonna put this up. Dan has been
We smile to
entertaining the kids here with coloring.
depending on who.
Andy and Dan and Tim and Jesse and Becca.
Happy New Year! This is the first day of a new year.
Timmy?
Happy New Year, Tim! Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's!
What are you guys doing? What are you doing today? Jesse's coloring lots of logs. Cindy's doing a pilgrim picture. Andy and Becca are doing marker fingertips. That's what they've got. Pretty fingernails. Oh, what pretty fingernails, Becca. speculating here. Kathy and Scott coming from the neighboring house.
Somebody got to sleep in.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Scott is getting what I guess is called his just revenge for all the times he mercilessly teased these children. And they're having a ball. Hey Scott, how's it feel? Who's in on this? I think they're all here.
Use this. This is bigger.
No. Here, Andy. Taste.
Maybe you need a spoon to get that from the bottom.
You take
Oh, there you go. Make sure you get it.
you, Uncle Scott.
You're welcome.
I think it's probably tastes all the better for the effort, you know, when you have to work for it like that. It really tastes good. Timmy, you're being so careful not to bump it on other people. Okay. Just a second. Now, you guys are doing just great.
There's spoons, guys. You can try to get better. Yeah, I tell you that.
That's a goody eye. Take a bigger bite here. I got it falling off hard in my hands.
Wow, look what I got. Look at all this that I got. Yum.
How did you do that?
Look, I got a big one. Yum.
How did Uncle Scott do that? That was pretty
We don't need that.
3/4 of a sandwich to Andrew anyway. Can't guarantee that any of these could do it.
Becca ate hers.
Now,
Is there any more left?
Timmy, isn't that the best part about making ice cream, Timmy?
Yum.
Oh.
You have to eat the sandwich first. Okay, that's not homemade ice cream, though.
Timmy,
Yes, sandwiches here.
Tim, you eat half your sandwich before you get any ice cream,
Yeah,
okay?
we'll get some real.
That's where you're
I know.
When they're
We'll get
finished,
real in a bowl.
wipe up the floor
I'm
because
gonna take the pan away.
Yeah, we'll get some real in a bowl if you can eat the sandwich.
Well, after
was
we
good
eat
ice
this
cream.
gone, okay?
Not gone.
That was good ice
We'll
cream.
get real in a bowl. We're trying to get him to finish up and eat some sandwich.
Jesse,
One more bite,
one
Andy?
more lick.
Andrew,
You just have it, not the whole
one
thing. It'll
more
still be
big
here.
bite,
Won't
you
go
get a bowl
anywhere.
of ice cream. Yeah, that's messy.
Gotta
Let's
use
do
it
that.
quick so it doesn't
Andy,
melt
that's
even
pretty
sooner.
messy. Get one big bite, I'll give you a bowl. Come on, one big one. One big one. Please, one more, you get a bowl.
One swipe?
I have to talk to you about something.
All right. I'll disappear. Can't give it to you.
How much?
We're at the Franklin Institute, and there's a great big insect collection here with moths. Wow.
It looks like this.
Hello up there.
Yes, they're in the tent up inside. Can't help them out. There are other people waiting to come out.
You can slip under. This is one of the largest locomotives ever built. Having 2, 4, 5 driving wheels on each side.
Get up. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Do your stuff now for Grandma, Grandma. There you go. There you go. There you go. Here.
Okay. Joan, the kids are going to come in. You might want to picture of this.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, well, I want to get a picture of the baby here, too.
Yeah. I get your picture with all the snow on you.
Okay, smile! Oh!
Okay, go back once more. I didn't have mine turned on.
You gotta take your snowy stuff here, off here on the rug anyway. All right?
Okay, look up this way.
Okay, Grandma, say snow! Snow! I want very much snow! Okay, take off your coats right here, because we already got a puddle here. Okay? Even Mommy and Aunt Luann.
Snow fight.
Yeah, that's tomorrow morning.
Here,
It's
and
gonna be
don't come
that
in Grandma's
big,
room.
don't you think?
Now you guys take your shoes off right here, okay? No, here, sit down, sit down.
Again,
Good night.
Mommy,
Wave to Grandpa.
you got to get out of the light. You're standing.
right,
That's right. Nighty night.
Night, night. What to make of that?
There you go. Okay.
Night, night.
Night, night.
That could be. Right, she was a little confused. That's a pig.
No, this is an elephant.
No, it's not. You don't know the difference between a pig and an elephant.
Yes, this is an elephant with a trunk.
How do you know that's an elephant?
Because it has a trunk.
Pigs have trunks. Sure they do. Don't they?
No.
I thought a pig had a trunk too. It looks like a trunk.
It is a trunk. It's a snout that pigs have.
Oh, pigs have a snout. Oh, that's a fine distinction. Mm-hmm.
I'm Dumbo.
Did you ever see a white elephant? I never saw a white elephant. Elephants aren't white, are they?
They made up.
How come that's a white elephant?
And I have a blue elephant. And that's the color they painted the
But what color are elephants?
Tan.
How about gray?
Yes.
Gray?
But these elephants are
I see. Coffee. What do you think, Jess? Should I make a fresh pot of coffee?
I don't think that's
Do you like coffee?
Just look at me. I can
Okay, Grandpa Brownie, I got to go do my duty here.
All right, you got a job.
Well.
What are you doing? Looking through the video camera?
Yes.
At me?
Yes.
Well, what about your sister? What is she doing?
She's playing up the table.
Where is she standing? Oh my goodness. Ooh, down. Why don't you climb up there again and jump over to the sofa?
Can you see her?
Yes. This new one
Because I'm guessing.
has magic.
And he can fly. He'll fly with you. Okay?
Who's that?
He's Dumbo.
Grandma.
He's going to fly with you.
There she goes.
He can
He's gonna
fly,
jump.
Here we go.
up into
Here
the
goes
sky.
Becca and Dumbo. They're both going to fly.
I'm in money.
Wow, they flew. They flew right over.
Yes. I jumped. Grandma and Becca.
Oh, you see them both.
Right.
Well, you're a good cameraman. Is that enough?
No.
Now step back. Step back. A little farther. A little farther. A little farther. Keep going back. All right, keep going away. Farther away. Now come real slow. Come to Grandpa real. Look right in the lens. Real slow, real slow.
On the floor over here before.
Okay, let Grandpa do something special here. Ah, okay. Come on closer.
Any closer?
Okay. Closer. That's too close. It's too close. Okay, there you go. Oh, what an ugly nose. What pretty eyes. Okay, pull away now. All right. All right. Goodbye. That's the end. Don't pound. Don't pound. Don't pound. What'd you sing?
Jingle bells.
Okay, that was great.
It's coming, Brandon. Okay, well, he's gonna go down one more time, and then you'll go down, okay?
All right, want to go in the back here?
You just gotta wait for this little boy to get out of the No, you gotta go down one more time.
Daddy, wait. Robert, wait.
Spanish sledge back, what?
Hey guys, last time.
Two? Sure you don't want to put?
Got it? You can hear it wearing once it's...
Well, luckily it sits out anything. That I think is super good though.
We had this one last year, and my wife was like,
There we go.
There we go. Down the hill.
Are we ready?
1.
Oh, I'm scared.
2.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh no. There we go.
Good job, Mike. Good job.
Down the hill.
Number 3. I'm trying for 3. One more time. Okay.
Get away, Dad.
It's Jesse all by himself. Whoa! Wow!
Okay, Mommy.
Okay. Here goes Becca's helping to pull up the sled. Yeah, and there, it's a lot slower up than down, boy. Yeah, very much slower coming up than down. Up.
We made it.
Mission accomplished.
All right.
Ready for takeoff. 1, 2, 3, takeoff.
Well, Grandpa's going to take her out for a little walk to the creek, I guess.
Oh, that's nice. Pulls it the hard way, though. That was just on.
Oh, where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, he picks it up.
After a while, it won't be coming out so much.
After a nice sledding time, we come in here and you warm your feet, don't you? What are you doing?
Warming up my feet. Warming up my feet, too.
Why, were they cold, Becca?
Yes. Now my feet are all warm.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Now I get my own time sitting. Now I'm all warm.
Careful. What's Grandpa doing? He's taking a picture of you? Our beautiful little girl? Nobody else? You got it. All right, then.
But she's not doing it well.
Any gargle?
I love the way she raises her hand like that on points.
I know.
It's so cute.
It's Mommy over there, huh? You see Mommy. I think you'd like to go by Mommy. She sticks her tongue out sometimes.
Yes, I haven't noticed.
You haven't seen her do it?
No.
We don't know where they came from. We don't know that since they became a Christian, before they were a Christian, they were so much worse.
Yeah, right.
But they have moved from that, you know, but we don't know that.
Right, and in a covenantal body, where you've grown up in it, we do it quicker because we don't tend to come.
Do it now. Do it now. Go ahead. Do it now.
Perfect.
Right here.
What is it?
The middle.
Oh, that's the base?
Yes. Right here.
Okay. And what are you going to do there?
That's where I'm going to put the snow.
We just have to roll it all around here in the nice fresh snow.
Yeah, we're making a big snowball, right, Becca? Hey, give
Mama, you need to put it, Mommy. We're making the snowman.
This is perfect snowman weather.
It is. It couldn't be better.
Perfect snowman stone.
What are we doing there, guys? All the leaves
Could
covered?
you rub my nose without your glove on?
Stage number 2 and Grandma's getting the head ready. Look at that. Why don't you guys put the head on? Oh, Grandma's getting the head. Watch out. Here he comes. Ooh, what a big head.
Let's turn it around. I think it's flatter on this.
I don't think that's going to keep
Now
it very
what's
warm.
next? What's next, Jesse?
Eyes. Becca, want to put an eye on too?
We can't.
Ready? Help me. Ready? Dig a hole. Get in the hole.
Uh-oh, my cookie.
Let me dig a little bit of a hole first, and then you can stick it in.
Here, give it a little push, Becca. Give the cookie a little push. There we go.
Now don't smash the cookie. Just press it in gently. Okay, and we'll just put a little bit of snow around it to hold it.
What's next, Becca?
The mouth.
A little bit of snow around it to hold it there.
The mouth is for you to put in, I want to put the mouth up and first Mommy make a hole.
There. Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the
She's in the window. She was right there.
Now we get another shot. Becca, go over there and help Mommy, and I'll get you on there. And then Daddy can see what you did too. Step up there. Hey, look at that. Hi, Becca. Hi, Becca. Let's see.
What?
I'm looking for something better, actually. I'm not sure those are very good.
Open the door.
Out of branches? Let's see what they have underneath here. Oh, John Calvin, you mean? John Calvin? Yeah, look at that. Got a scarf around his neck.
Okay, we need all the other people to get near the snowman. So I can take a picture with Grandma's camera.
Isn't that the world's best snowman?
Alright, I can get my grandpa.
That's a little bit off. Let's put it right about maybe here.
Yep.
Stick it right in there. Push.
Okay, Becca, go over
There.
this side.
Uh-oh.
That's good.
You come over this under
Come
here.
over there under his other arm.
You get under this arm.
Jesse, look at Mommy.
Yes, look at me.
Look at Mom.
There's Grandma gets to the snowflake. Perfect. Now can I have my camera?
Yes, absolutely. Let me take a picture of you guys there.
Let me go over something.
Okay? All right. There we go. Look up there.
Yes, look at me. Okay.
All right, let me take a picture of Mommy in there with you guys, and then... All right, whatever. Whatever. Push the button. I have no more pockets.
Yep.
Jesse, come.
Yes, quick.
Look at Grandma, quick.
Smile for this.
Look at that one there.
Smile. All right.
I think I was looking at the snowman. There you go. Hey, that's a good idea, Grandma, those branches. Never thought of branches as arms, but there they are. Uh-oh.
Buttons on it, though.
Find some buttons.
We need some buttons. Where are we going to put all some buttons?
Rock.
No, I want
Have them pointed down just a little bit?
No, keep that one up.
You want to keep that one up? Okay.
Here's his broom.
Okay.
Okay, now we need a...
Now what's Mommy going to do?
You want to hold it cookie?
Mommy.
Put it on the buttons. Finishing touch.
He's a fat-bellied snowman, isn't he? Look at his fat belly.
Yeah.
It sticks out there.
He's kind of middle-aged, maybe.
How about ears? That look like an ear?
Here.
That looks like...
Look, he does have ears now. I'll be jiggered. Grandma
I
made
like
ears.
those ears.
He
Good
almost
job,
looks like a
Grandma.
bear, doesn't he?
Oh, it does.
He almost looks like a bear. Ah, what a marvel.
Maybe he's a snow bear.
No.
What'd you put in there, Jesse?
A belly button.
Okay.
Want to see a picture of the front of the snowman? Again, without anybody with it?
All by himself?
Yes.
Okay, Mommy's got her camera.
Hey, each of you hold on to one of his hands. Go under his arm,
Oh,
okay?
yeah. Becca, over here. Hold on to his hand over here.
That's great, Jess. Let him hold around your neck. Perfect. That's good, Becca. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Winter smiles. Yeah.
Here, Dan, this is a pretty big day for you, right?
Tomorrow, I guess, culmination of my 10 years of work with the Atlas. We're having a breakfast reception, breakfast of all things, and handing out copies of the books to the Wild Resource Board and Advisory Board, who put up $200,000 for the project over 10 years. So I'm signing some copies for board members and getting ready to thank them formally and publicly for their efforts.
Well, we didn't realize you made $200,000 in the last 10 years, Dan. We really didn't realize that.
Average it out. It's not anything to get excited about. Well, tomorrow you'll probably hear Frank Feldbaum say that this was basically a $3 million project over 10 years. Which in the scheme of things is still pretty small, but...
Because so much of the work was done by volunteers.
Right. If it was in-kind service of time. 100,000 hours at $10 an hour puts it up to $1 million pretty quick for
true.
Field work.
We're all upside down here, but in a minute we'll get the other one. Get it right side up.
Yeah, my penmanship hasn't improved at all over the years.
When you say board members, you mean members of the board of the Game Commission?
No, the Wild Resource Conservation Fund is the tax checkoff. They have a board which is made up of 4 legislators and 3 agency heads, of which Game Commission is one of the agency heads that serves on the board. And they have the final say on who gets money and how much, and that kind of good thing.
Dan?
Signing copies over, personalized copies to the board members from the Wild Resource Conservation Fund who voted on, approved the funding of the project over the many years. And there's also an advisory board of volunteers that have some input, and they've been invited to the reception tomorrow as well.
Show us just a few pages of what this thing looks like.
Oh, well.
Let's see the front cover first of all, right side up. Yeah, there you go.
Right side up.
That's a beautiful cover.
Beautiful illustration of
Who did the
chestnut-sided
illustration?
warbler. It's an artist who by the name of Julie Zickafoos.
Hmm.
Zickafoos. Must be a Pennsylvania Dutch background.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, she sounds Dutch, doesn't she? And she is excellent. She
Hmm.
is nationally known.
Oh.
And we paid dearly for that cover.
Oh, that's all right.
No, it's very
It's worth
nice.
it.
It's definitely worth it.
How much did you pay her?
It was $1,000 for the painting.
1,000?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not, I know. And we're dickering for the final right, who's going to end up with that cover.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the book, and then there's lots of introductory material, but the meat of it is the maps and the species accounts for all the birds found nesting in Pennsylvania during the 80s.
Mm-hmm. And there, that's a mallard?
That's a mallard, a familiar,
Oh, yeah.
familiar duck, and you can
They
see by the map that it's found in
seem to be found everywhere.
65% of the survey areas.
I guess except where you got a lot of real high territory with no water.
The big mountains.
Yeah, right
Yep.
in there.
Yep. The solidly wooded areas without much people is.
What was the most interesting or surprising find that you had?
Oh, I have to rehearse that. Quite honestly, I've been forgetting about this book. But I have to present some of the highlights, and in some cases those highlights are very, what would you say, esoteric.
Uh-huh.
You know, the most surprising discovery was the Eurasian jackdaw, a crow from Europe which is found nowhere else in North America but at the Lewisburg Penitentiary. Now let it sink in. Who really cares? But it's, you know, it's sort of a novelty. It's
Do you have him in there?
if I can find him. It's found, of course, just in one location in Pennsylvania. And
Up at the penitentiary, huh?
up at the penitentiary. Okay, I won't be able to find it. Here it is. There's the jackdaw. One spot. See that? One spot.
Isn't that funny?
It's a strange situation.
And one spot. Where is the spot? Right there.
Lewisburg, the Federal
Not too far
Penitentiary,
from here.
Lewisburg. Not far from where I live now.
Straight north from Harrisburg.
Yep. That's, you know, that's just a novelty. That's sort of a bizarre scenario.
Uh-huh.
But I think in reality the most important features or things of the book is a species like this brown thrasher,
Yeah.
which is widespread, has very specific habitat requirements, but has a very distinct population decline that it's in the middle of. And in 25 years, if we go and do this again, it'll be very interesting to look at the whole state and say, well, how has it changed and why has it changed?
So there's a graph like this for endangered species or declining, or?
For any birds which we have enough information for,
Okay.
it actually tends to be the more common and widespread ones.
And the robin was the most common bird found.
That's right.
In the whole. I thought sparrows would outshoot them.
Well, American robin, very interesting.
That guy.
99% of the squares had robins, and
Huh.
it's because they've got a very wide range of habitats that they use. Everything from the cities, urban areas, to very forested areas. They still occur there.
They're declining slightly too, aren't they?
Seems that way. Interesting. There could be a number of reasons for that, but
Huh.
yeah, there's a slight decline there.
Now, why is that red and all the rest are white, or brown, or black rather?
What's that?
The oh, it's simply because there are so many of them,
It's
obviously.
just filled it in. Yep.
Yep.
It's filled it in.
That's right.
It's filled in the whole state.
Okay.
That's the one extreme.
Yep.
That's the one extreme.
Why? I thought sparrows would outnumber robins by.
Sparrows are more tied to people, and where you don't have the number of people, you just don't get sparrows.
Urban areas and
agriculture.
agriculture.
Particularly farm animals.
Yeah. Very interesting. Well, you got work to do.
A little bit.
So tomorrow morning we'll have our breakfast.
We'll have a breakfast. Yep.
It's the big morning and it's time for breakfast. We're here at the Harrisburg Hilton Hotel, and people are gathering for a breakfast. And here's the guy who's put it all together. He seems to be known and loved by everybody. He's lost a lot of sleep over this breakfast, and we'll be glad when it's over. There are legislators here and people who donated money and people who donated paper and all kinds of things.
If you would like coffee, if you would like coffee, you can remove the napkin from your cup and they'll be serving coffee.
That's his first words here.
We'll assign seats to the buffet.
And they have some live
Bear
critters.
with, we have either microphone or music. So
We have to have the real live critters here too, you know. There they are. Yeah. And a little sleepy owl there. Well, he's not too sleepy.
On this fine morning, we thank you, God, for your care, for the success of the project that we will remember today. Thank you for safety and bring everyone here who is traveling safely. In Jesus' name, amen.
Pre-press notifications, 6 TV notifications to the event this morning. As you can see, I've been patiently waiting and waiting and waiting and procrastinating as long as I could. I would like to thank everybody, my board members, their alternates, for making this happen. And everybody, as I said before, is very important. I would like to call on Dan Brawning, the editor, and the one that was the ramrod to make this thing all come together since the May of '83, that when the Wild Resource Conservation Board made its first $8,000 allocation to the starting of the Breeding Bird Atlas of Pennsylvania. Daniel.
Said each have played an important part in various ways. This day really is a culmination of 10 years now of effort, if you can believe it. Folks that started out doing blocks in 1983, 1993. It's been a 10-year effort from the beginning when we started planning to when we began doing field work and then writing and publishing this book. It's been a massive undertaking. My appreciation goes out one more time to each of you who have played such an important role, as well as the dozens of other project coordinators who cannot be here this morning, and the nearly 2,000 volunteers who are not here as well. But my appreciation for your part. Just very briefly, we're not going to go through individually, but I'd like the regional coordinators to stand up, just acknowledge yourself. And these people took onto themselves one or more counties in which to coordinate the birders that went into the field to make this publication possible and the data gathering possible. They coordinated a core group of people and really were the lifeblood of this process. They didn't get reimbursement for their travel, their time, even their stamps. I mean, they did it as a personal sacrifice contribution. We hear the word sacrifice all the time. Well, it happened during the 80s, whether we recognize it or not. It happened in a big way. So could the regional coordinators stand up? Just to acknowledge that. A number of those individuals were also authors of various species accounts. And could the authors here in the room stand up as well? My prefaces and forwards. It was a big undertaking. We're going to give a number of folks an opportunity to make comments as they see fit, and we'll wrap it up. I'll wrap it up at the end. Before we move on, I'd like to publicly express my appreciation to my parents for their support while they forged ahead on an implausible career in ornithology. I'm sure they wondered 12 to 15 years ago what I was getting into, and believe me, I really didn't know, but I've been blessed to have some tremendous opportunities fall my way as things went along. So my parents are here, and I spearheaded what I was getting into. In the introduction, I made a brief statement, and I want to read that, if you will. Special word of appreciation is due to non-birding family members of Atlas Project volunteers. Without their cooperation and understanding, the Atlas of Breeding Birds in Pennsylvania would not have been completed. I think we all recognize when we undertake things, particularly volunteer efforts, it's not just those people that are out having a good time in the field that
make the sacrifice or incur time constraints, it's family members that are behind the scenes. So the key family member in my life, Marcia, is in the back, and the two offspring, Timmy and Andy. In many ways, I'm very pleased to have them here too, because when I was running out during the summer doing blocks or going out and giving talks, they were home. Marcia was home and still is. And but just as a representative of family members across the state, of the 2,000 plus volunteers who had the fun going out and doing blocks, they were home taking care of the wash or the garden or whatever. So my appreciation.
Without any further ado, we have quite a bit of introductions to make.
Thanks, Dan, and the Browning family for all that you've done. It wouldn't have been possible to pay for the amount of time and effort that all the volunteers put into the Breeding Bird Atlas, and I would even argue we probably, as agencies, shouldn't pay for that, because the volunteer efforts driven by volunteerism, I think, especially in the birding community, we get much better data, much more complete data than if you're paying for it. It certainly could not have been paid for. Not only are there 48 person years involved in the actual data collection, but you can probably double that in terms of the record writing, the travel time, the time sitting in the restaurants and around the kitchen tables talking about what was seen, what wasn't seen. It is many, many years, many decades. Looking at bird volunteerism, though, and where the Breeding Bird Atlas came from. Here in Pennsylvania, you look back not to 1983 or 1982 when this was started, you look back actually about 2 centuries. Back to Alexander Wilson, who was the first American ornithologist, who spent a great deal of time in Pennsylvania traveling and doing some of his early writing and early publications. Followed in the very early 1800s by a young man from France by the name of John James Audubon, who came to Pennsylvania as his first American home, and in fact did the first bird banding study in North America here in Pennsylvania, where he banded a phoebe that returned the next year to the same nest site. So their work in the late 1700s and early 1800s really gave the birth to ultimately what was the Breeding Bird Atlas, a combination of that kind of work. Looking into this century, after the publication of bird lore, we only have to look as far as facilities in places like Hawk Mountain Sanctuary and many other nature centers that have wonderful staff, wonderful volunteers that continue to train all of us. So it would not really have been possible to produce this great effort, monumental effort over the last 10 years without at least 2 centuries of ornithological volunteerism leading up to a wonderful, wonderful publication that I put on the table as the best Breeding Bird Atlas in North America, if not the world, thanks to the volunteers.
Whip above Dan to make things happen, to meet publication dates, to go out and get money. And that's Frank Gill. Frank is the curator of ornithology for the Academy of Natural Sciences in Philadelphia, and he was the director of the Breeding Bird Atlas program to get it off the ground. And there's always a man behind the scenes, regardless how smooth the publication moves forward. There's always somebody behind the scenes greasing the skids to make sure the dollars are there, and Frank was that man. Frank Gill?
I'm going to have to get used to the new image of a whip. Thinking about this on the way over, I realized that the publication of a book like this is quite like birthing of a new kid, and there are a lot of sort of emotions that sort of come with a long wait. There are also some differences in this. That this was not a 9-month pregnancy; it was a 10-year pregnancy. It was a long effort, and we sure were glad and relieved when it finally came out just a few months ago. What a relief! The differences are significant. Unlike kids, and I'm a parent facing college tuition right now. The costs are all behind us in this pregnancy. They're not in front of us, and we're going to start to reap the benefits immediately. For 200 years or so, the little less, the Academy's mission has been the same. It's to use and produce information, knowledge about plants and animals that would be useful to society. And it's in that vein that I think this particular project has been consistent with our mission and a wonderful achievement. We were honored to get involved in the middle of it, particularly as it was such a big cooperative effort. It was one of several important, I think, flagship projects of the Wild Resource Conservation Fund that raised the profile and success of that fund, and the involvement of everybody in non-game programs throughout the state of Pennsylvania. It produced a lot of information about birds. We know a lot more about the birds of Pennsylvania than we did 10 years ago. We also discovered there's a lot more to learn. But I think as much as the ornithology that resulted is important, it was really the foundations that this created for cooperative teamwork among state agencies, academic institutions, the private sector, you name it. All of a sudden we have a new framework for studying non-game creatures and for conserving habitats and respecting the environment throughout the state, and we're all in this together. So this project really built the foundation for future cooperation and teamwork, and I think that's what's most exciting to me. I'm heartened too by everybody's presence here today, and particularly one of the surprising results of this book is that I never thought that it was going to produce so many of our field team in coats and ties. I don't think I've ever seen this group in coats and ties before. Taking this theme of cooperation and teamwork just one small step farther, one of the things that ornithologists know a lot about is why birds flock together. You go out in the woods in the winter here, you see mixed species flocks with chickadees, nuthatches, titmice, and a whole bunch of other birds. And they kind of do that for a reason. And a lot of people have studied why they do it. And it turns out that the species function better together than they do apart. They function better together in terms of finding food. They each need their own kinds of foods, and they compete for food, but by working together they can actually get more as individuals than if they were alone. And I think that says something about the way we're working together with the state agencies and the academic institutions and the foundations and the private sectors and the individuals. They also benefit when they're flocking together in terms of working together and spotting predators who would sort of come at them from different sectors. And I think there's some analogies there that I don't have time to elaborate here. But we are certainly in this together in terms of game and non-game work that's a single cause, and that's sort of conservation of the environment and habitat preservation. And I see no reason why birders and hunters and everybody can't be working together for a common cause. Now, the key thing that makes a chickadee flock work, or these mixed species flocks work in the winter, is something called a nuclear species. There's one species that usually seems to control everything and around which the rest of it organizes. And in Pennsylvania, that's the chickadee. The chickadee is the nuclear species. And there's one person who I would like to dub from now on as head chickadee, who's not here today, and that's Cliff Jones. Cliff Jones was really the man 10 years ago who was instrumental in bringing some of us together with the Game Commission and DER and Nature Conservancy and the Wild Resource Conservation Fund Board and saw the importance of this project for Pennsylvania and working together. He was the nuclear head chickadee, and I want to acknowledge his role now, and I hope next time every one of you sees Cliff, you'll just say chickadee or whatever needs to be said. Cliff-a-dee-dee-dee. Whatever needs to be said. Thank you all for coming very much. Now, it's my pleasure also to introduce the next person, I think, if I look at this right. Tom Norris is here representing Gladfelter Paper Company. Tom is chairman, president, CEO of everything possible of Gladfelter. And they generously provided the paper on which the book was printed, which greatly reduced the cost of the book and is going to make it much more available throughout the state for individuals and libraries alike. And we're deeply indebted to Gladfelter Paper for that contribution, and have asked Tom just to say a word or two. Before he does, it's my honor to give you your copy. Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here this morning and to accept this copy. The paper makers of Spring Grove, Pennsylvania are proud of the products that they manufacture and are indeed proud that their paper is in this book. Let me just take a minute and tell you a little bit about the paper that's in here. First off, you talked about 200 years. When this group gathers 500 years from now, this book will still be as fresh as it is today, because we were the pioneers in outline sizing of papers, and that means papers last almost forever. Being a major player in book publishing now for well over 100 years, we have specialized in a lot of what has come to fruition in your book. I would just take this opportunity to again thank and offer my appreciation to the people who put in all of those man-hours in putting the data together. I'm glad that our product will keep it available for generations to come. And I would finally say that although we are paper makers, we are also very important to the other side, or the forestry side, of the business. There are some in this room who know that we have an active forestry group. So we are active in providing the habitat for a lot of the birds that you folks study. When we practice good forestry, that means that we have lands that are available and open for bird watchers as well as hunters and fishermen. That means that when we cut trees, we replant trees, and that means that we are stewards of our future, and I believe that means we are good stewards of the good future for bird watching. We're very proud of our role. Again, thank you for inviting me here today and for making this presentation. This will become indeed a treasure on my personal.
The longest standing board member that has sat on my board for all the consecutive years that the Wild Resource Conservation Fund has been in existence. And the agency has to support the projects that are suggested by the coordinators, and the field coordinators would be Jerry Passenger, Clark Schiffer, and Kathy McKenna. These board members have to weigh it upon themselves to make the decision, is the project they're funding the right project? And Pete made the judgment call in 1983 to stick with the program, and we've stuck with it. Some of the board members and their alternatives say, are we funding that again? When's this project going to get over? And so finally, our last funding of the Breeding Bird Atlas publication was in 1989. And Pete stuck with it. And without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Pete Duncan, the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Game Commission.
Thank you, Frank. Every now and then a project comes along that you know is special. It's time. You don't know how long it may take to birth, perhaps, but you know that it's a special project, and it is needed, and it will be landmark work for the future. This was one of those projects. It's a product, Frank, you don't have to worry. It comes from good stock, even though it took a long gestation period. It comes from good stock because of so many volunteers that were involved in the entire process, and the community of interest that are brought together that has been mentioned here today. They're very special people. The people that needed to be here are here today, and the people that need to benefit will benefit most assuredly down through the years from the Breeding Bird Atlas. The information base, it's really done for the fledgling Bronings of the world that are here and those that come after. This base is now secure, and you can build on it, and we hopefully will use Glatfelter paper in the next edition, Tom, and the edition after that. And just a parenthetical word, that company, I've been around for many years. It scares me when they say you're the longest member on the board. I remember just a couple years ago when I was always the youngest and everything, and that's no longer so. And that's a sobering reality. In any event, I've been associated in one capacity or another with that company for a long time, and that is an enlightened company, and they've had many difficult challenges over the last few years, and you've handled them well, Tom, you and that team, and if there's an example of the kind of companies we want to encourage for the future, it's Glatfelter Papers. They're enlightened, they're progressive, they're on top of their industry, and they're trying to do it the right way environmentally, and I can't say that about all companies that I've come in contact with, but tribute to that one and the fine people that I've been associated with in the course of my career that have represented your company. But getting back to the challenge that this project represented, it was important you knew it at the time, and you knew it was going to last, and you didn't care how long it took to put together. You knew you were going to have something of quality that was going to benefit the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the scientific community as well as the amateur community. Just one of those very special projects with very special people involved, and I'm glad to have, proud to have played a very, very small part. There were so many key individuals that kept this rolling, that would not let it die for any reason because they knew it was important, and they come from a broad array of interests in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And we didn't hesitate to take from some of the ideas of other states that had made efforts like this prior to us. I think we took the best that they had to offer, and the end product speaks for itself. Those of us in government get involved in many, many things, some of which are important and some of which aren't. You didn't have any question about this, in my mind, from day one. I think it's been one of the landmark things, species of special concern, the Breeding Bird Atlas, two extraordinarily important things that the Wild Resources Conservation Fund has been an integral part of over the course of its existence. Now, Frank, there are other things that we have done that are important. These two stand out as being bedrock foundation kinds of things that needed to be done. It's amazing to me we never had a Breeding Bird Atlas, and it wouldn't have been done without the volunteers. I mean, those of us who were supporting it at the state level, there's absolutely no way it would have been done without the volunteers, and that's the beauty of this entire project, because it brought the community of interest together about which everybody here has spoken, and it has produced a fraternity, if you will, of people that are very committed and devoted to each other and to the natural sciences of this Commonwealth, and yet we come at it from different directions. There are bonds that would never be severed with this group, and that's as it should be. So for a whole host of reasons, it's been a very, very special project, and one that I personally am deeply committed to, and I know everybody in this room is, and I suspect that we're going to be working on a lot of things over the course of the year that will build on the foundation of species of special concern in the Breeding Bird Atlas. So it's just an honor to be part of it.
Comments before I get down to the fun part of it and start handing out the books to my advisory committee and to the board members that are here and their alternates. Daniel?
This group knows this project better than any other group. Now, I'm not going to regale you with facts and figures of highlights and big moments that have occurred during the field work or publication. We'll save that for the press kits and the media, which we hope will at least pick it up so that we can get some attention and allow a wider spectrum of Pennsylvania individuals to have access to this book. Before I move on, I do want to recognize a couple other individuals. Tony Wilkinson is here, and I'm glad he is. I didn't figure it out, but certainly the Pennsylvania Natural Diversity Inventory ranks up there high as well as important activities that the Wild Resource Fund has sponsored over the years, and we come pretty close to having spent about as much money, I think, too. So very essential. I'm very glad that Tony could be here with us. He's on the receiving end of this data, and continues to ask me, even on my message board yesterday, is give me the locations for those special concern birds in the atlas so we can protect those spots and turn this data. You know, it's nice to have a book on your shelf, but turn this data into something that will have meaning and application out in conservation on the ground. And the Natural Diversity Inventory is doing that using what was found here as well as so much more in practical conservation efforts. Cynthia Lenhart, glad to have Executive Director of Hawk Mountain Sanctuary here, as well as cadre of important folks from Hawk Mountain that wrote and coordinated and did field work as well. Jim and Laura, good to have you. Representatives from Zoo America, thanks for coming and keeping us focused and remember what we're talking about. As a wildlife biologist, let's face it, we spend way more time behind a computer and at a desk than we would like to admit. And sometimes I get tired of writing and reading bird names, in which I wish I could go out and see the real McCoy a little more often. But there they are. And thanks. It helps keep us focused.
Thank you, Dan. Now we're down to the fun part. After 10 years of waiting for this patron publication, and I'm not going to usurp my board members that are present, but an unseen committee behind me is my advisory committee to the Wild Resource Conservation Fund. I'd like to keep them more active, but as time would have it and money would have it, and everybody's scattered over the state, we don't meet as often as we should. But today we will be meeting in a marathon session to come up with a new license plate that the Commonwealth, under Act 174, has granted the Wild Resource Conservation Fund and Board to create, much like the Maryland Chesapeake Bay Plate. So this afternoon, the dubious honor has been given to my advisory committee to come up with a 5-plate selection and slogan, and it will be presented back to the Wild Resource Conservation Board. So without any further ado, I'd like to call my advisory committee members up here one at a time to give them a copy of the Breeding Bird Atlas. Dave Anderson. Dave came in from the Connellsville area this morning, and all these books are signed by Dan to the advisory committee members and to the board members. Dave, thank you. Thank you. Robert Clark. Bob had a long drive. He came in from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and he got stuck in between two snowstorms. Thank you. Mr. Walter Pomeroy. He just had to shoot across the river. He didn't get lost too much, but he's been on the road a lot. Gene Stahl came down from Erie. And Tom Bodie. Tom is back in the standing grace of the board again here. He's been very busy for the last 2 years, and now he's lending himself to the advisory committee. I believe that takes care of all my advisory committee members at this point, David. Yes. Now, the most important part of the men that set up on the board and say is the yeses, and they're the ones that take the heat for why'd you fund this project or why'd you fund that project. And they're the ones that are my immediate bosses, all 7 of them. 2 of them got up and left. They had to be back at a Water Resources Conference, so the alternates were gone. But I'd like to give Ed Miller his copy, and I might add that the copies that we're going to be giving out, hopefully in a few more years, they are getting ready to start a Herptile Atlas, which Ed is going to be officiating over. So we're going to have quite a few atlases on the horizon. And of course, Mr. Duncan will get his copy here. And I have Camille Georges and Ed Haynes, his alternate, will be receiving that. Representative George's alternate. And Ron Ramsey and Dave Hess were here. Ron represents Senator Musto, and Dave Hess represented Senator Brightville. And Representative Haste did make it down from up in his neck of the woods. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to this presentation. Walter.
Before you close, I just have one other brief message, and I'll just make it from here. This is one that I'm making to the 26 Audubon chapters here in the state, and I hope we can all take it back to our own network of friends. And that is especially organizations that have a little bit of extra money, an investment of buying 1, 2, or 3 of these for public libraries around the state. I think it's a very wise investment. I've suggested that to a number of our chapters, and I think it's a great idea. 15 or 20 of them have already been bought for public libraries. It's too bad that, the money isn't there to get them out free to the hands of all the public libraries, and that's just not possible. But I think whatever we can do is a way to encourage individuals or organizations to buy these and to put on the shelves of public libraries and other public institutions. It's a great way to get our word and message to work out into the hands of many more people. So take that idea back with you as well, please. Thanks.
Thank you, Walter. Ed has something to say. He's given me a high sign before we wind up and close the meeting.
Yeah, I think a lot of thanks have been given here today. And my name is Ed Chubb, and I was one of the regional coordinators for the Freedom Bird Atlas project. And a lot of thanks have been given today, but I think on behalf of the regional coordinators and the volunteers, we'd like to thank Dan Brawning for his perseverance in the project and his perseverance in dealing with us. I think we really all know how much effort we put into it, but we also know the effort that Dan put into it. And when I got my copy, the next day the phone call was into Dan saying what a great job he did, and I think we all appreciate that very much too. So, Dan.
You all made it a pleasure. Well, again, I'd like to thank all the important people in this room. Without everybody sitting at these tables, the project would not bear fruition as you see in front of you. And again, we'll iterate that this is a marriage between the private sector, foundation, state government, and everybody made it work. I hope everybody enjoys the publication, and Dan will be around to sign individual copies. I know there will be a signing session. Some people have their copies to be signed. So thank you very much for coming, and we'll see everybody for the Herptile Atlas here in about another 5 or 10 years down the road. Okay, thank you.
There he's at your level, huh?
Does he have a name?
Oh, this one's Red. Old Red.
Old Red? How old is Old Red?
Oh, we really don't know. He doesn't have a wing. He's unfortunately one of those birds that got injured out in the wild and can't be released back into the wild. He doesn't have a wing at all on this side anymore. So most of the birds that we do programming with like this are very common birds like this that aren't in any danger. If it would be an endangered species, we'd have him in a breeding program.
Oh, yes.
This one, unfortunately, can't be released back into the wild because of his injury. You know what would happen to him if I put him back out in the woods? He really can't fly, so he can't catch food, and he also can't get away from his enemies, so he's going to live the rest of his life in a zoo.
Somebody's vying for attention up there, I think.
So if you didn't park there, well, it's on you, but...
Yeah, that's him.
He did studies on the kestrel.
Yeah, he did his master's thesis on it. Right.
What a beautiful bird.
Yeah, he is pretty.
Yeah, he's really nice. Now, is he, this is, tell me more about him.
About him personally? Or
yeah, what is he? He's a kestrel.
Kestrel, yeah. This guy's a rehab bird that we got down in Dauphin County when he was born last spring, hatched last spring, and right after that he got a break in his wing. And couldn't be fully fixed, so he got sent to the zoo.
So his wing hangs a little bit, is that why?
Yeah, you can see it right here up near the shoulder. Yeah. Otherwise, he can fly, but he doesn't have the full range, and it's not as maneuverable as he should be.
Does he have a name?
Buddy.
They don't respond to that kind of thing, to names, do they?
No. Sometimes about the most you can get out of these guys is if the same handler, I take care of these birds, and they're more comfortable a lot of times if I hold them, just because the manner of going about it is the same every time.
Right. They get to know you as an individual.
Yeah, if you hand raise something, then they pretty much know you as an individual until
you imprint on them.
Yeah, and I have a snowy owl back there that I hand raised, and he's for programs. He's very nice, but you leave for a week and they forget who you are.
Really? Is that right?
Well, they're comfortable when you imprint something.